So this week I wanted to look at the arpeggios based on the E major and E minor bar chords. So these are by far the most common 2-octave shapes that you're going to encounter. So the major one looks like this, and the minor one looks very similar, looks just like this. Okay, now just starting with the major shape, there are really two sorts of shapes that I see. They're very similar to each other. One starts with the first finger on the bass string, just like I've been playing. So you start with the first finger, reach out for the third with your little finger, and play the fifth with your third finger. The other way of fingering this that I've seen is playing the first note with the second finger, then the major third with the first finger on the A string, and then reaching out with the little finger for the fifth. There. Of the two, I much prefer the first shape because it just keeps your finger locked in that same fret, so it's tracking that fret. It's very similar to the actual bar chord that you're playing over the top of. The other thing is, if you're a sweep picker, as you know, I'm a fingerstyle guitarist, so I don't really do this, but if you do, what this does is it gives you 6 notes that you can sweep across, whereas if you use the other shape, you have to start your sweep from the fifth just there. So there's only 5 notes, and the other thing it does is it puts 2 notes on the A string, which is always a problem if you're going to sweep pick. Okay, so if we stick to this one shape then, just fingering this really quickly, we start with the first finger on the bass note, reach out with the little finger for the third, and then the fifth I play with my third finger. Now, there are 2 approaches to the next note. You can either do what I do, which is, as usual, I'm rolling my third finger to play the octave, to play the root just there. The other thing I see people do is to use their little finger, so jumping from that third. I find that the little finger's doing too much when I'm starting to play at speed, which is why I like to roll my fingers. And then the second finger plays the third just there, the major third, and then the first finger picks up the fifth and the root again. And again I roll my first finger. Finally I reach out with my little finger for the high third, just there. So that's the route through the major shape. Working on the minor shape is almost identical to the major shape. So again, root, minor third with the little finger this time, third finger plays the next note, and then you've got a choice of using your little finger to play the octave, or whether you roll your third finger. And as I'm sure you've guessed, I much prefer to roll my third finger. And then you've got the minor third on the G string, and then I roll my first finger across these 3 notes, and then reach out for the minor third on top. So that's it, very easy, and as I say, this is probably the most common pair of arpeggios that you will see people using. The other one that people will use a lot is the one based on the C bar chord that I've shown you in the past as well. So that's it, hopefully that was useful for you. Next week I'll look at the D shapes and the arpeggios around those. You very rarely see people using those for some obvious reasons that I'll go into next week. And then after that I'll start to talk about how you apply them, how you work through changes, and that kind of thing. So if this is interesting to you, then feel free to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.